Chapter 2, Success Celebration, Part 12, continued from Part 11. Same thing happened to my father. He got married to Mom, the girl chosen by my grandpa. After Mom and Dad's marriage, Dad respected Mom initially, but he had already found a soulmate in someone else. The tag which he could not give to my mum. He wanted to respect Mum, fall in love with her, but his efforts were all in vain. The turmoil in Angad's insides had carried over his outsides as well. There was a teary storm indeed on his face. He just couldn't control his anger and never loved Mom thoroughly. His frustration, anger burst out at times on Mom. The air in the room got numb and his words sent chills down Arethe's spine as she was already against the atrocities spread in the world. Angad's mind was carried over to those harsh times. He seemed lost and stood tongue-tied for some seconds. Yes, I can always sense that Pa loves me. But due to the distant relationship with Mom, he never fully expressed it. Daily fights, arguments, basically a disturbed family I had. Angad's eyes squeezed involuntarily, leading to a flood of tears on his face. Once there was a big fight in our home when I was 8. Pa's frustration went over to another level. Post this, Mom decided her son wouldn't continue in here. The turbulent environment in the home would have a deeply adverse impact on a growing child. And maybe she was right. I was alone, left out, non-existent. I was living in a house, but my spirit always craved that someday, at some second, it would become a home. Even after going to the hostel, I didn't miss my mom and dad, but my parents together. It was the second time as Arethe counted when Angad didn't realize that he was being carried away by emotions and his pitch got louder again. I didn't miss Mom and Dad love for me, but my parents' love together. Hostel life, friends, let me realize that I was a human. Their love put feelings in me. I, who entered hostel as mere a skeleton, or else I would have been merely a guys at home who would have known only minus, not plus. Angad paused for a while. Arethe continued staring at him, stood there, stunned. Just then, her eyes blinked, which had gone moist. She could now feel her tears. It couldn't digest to her that behind such a sprightly face there could be a soul which was caged just in itself. Wasn't it good if Papa would have married the girl he loved? He would have been happier ever. Angad's wet face smiled now. That clearly reminded Arithi of the emergence of a rainbow after the rain. I would only marry my love, no matter whom I will have to face. I want to spread the love around, the thing I was always devoid of. I want to spread the passion, the fun, the liveliness, the craze, all uncontrollable. Arithi smiled in return. Her hand was on his left shoulder again. I don't want to die in love. Don't want to be sad in love. I just want to love. He spoke out loud, looking at Arithi, who sensed the purity of the soul of this man in front. She felt closer to Angad for the first time, realizing they had some thoughts in common. On the last day of the school, but of course, now not the least, he had bared his soul to her. From now, I hope we will be good friends. But whenever you would be alone, you would always find me. Mark my words. Mr. Angad, this unusual relationship between Angad and Arithi was beyond words. Thanks. And this is the same for you too. Listen, I don't know why I got carried away to tell you all this. But please, don't tell this to anyone. Please.